Right, welcome back to T Boys TV. Hope you're well. I'm well. Obviously, as you can see, another episode of the Champions League predictions and going over the other games. I will have a guest on. It's just right now for this bit while I talk about the previous games. I won't be. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first game, Sevilla versus Salzburg. Now this game was mad. It had like 3 penalties in it. It was an absolute madness, people. I'm not even gonna lie. It ended 1-1. It probably deserved to be an equal game, but obviously due to them penalties, I'm surprised there wasn't more goals in this game. Two good sides as well. Obviously, you know about Salzburg, the way they can bring players through, like they have done with Haaland, Minamino, all of them players. Sevilla, good Spanish team. They're more of a Europa League side than a Champions League side, in my opinion. Well, it's proven because they've won the Champions League the most. So, yeah, but there was a red card for Sevilla. It was a red card, but yeah, deserves to be a draw, as I said. Now, the next game, this is hilarious. Young Boys 2, Man United 1. Ronaldo getting the goal for Man United. Another tap in, in the right place at the right time. But then after that, they were poor. Leipzig not Leipzig, sorry, Young Boys getting an equaliser. And then the madness right at the end. Lingard comes on for Ronaldo, and people were questioning that. I'm surprised Ollie had the balls to actually take Ronaldo off. They took him off, and then you know what happened? Lingard literally handed Young Boys the goal, and it was absolute scenes, mate. But Lingard redeemed himself the game after when he come on against West Ham and scored that absolute banger. But yeah, that was just funny. Do you know what I'm saying? I've touched on it in the Premier League. United doing what they like to do in the Champions League in recent years. Do you know what I'm saying? But the next game, Lille versus Wolfsburg. Let's not talk about that for long. It is a 0-0. Wolfsburg got a red card. It was, it was a 0-0. Do you know what I mean? The next game, very good end-to-end game. Villarreal, obviously the Europa League winners, versus Atlanta, who are a good Italian side. I remember when we beat them 5-0 at their ground, and then they beat us 2-0 at Anfield. That game, Jota got a hat-trick in the 5-0 win. But yeah, two good sides. Good goals as well from both teams. Yeah, good 4-goal thriller, really, from that game. Next game. Now, I thought Chelsea were pretty lucky in this. Obviously, as you can tell, Chelsea versus Zenit ended 1-0 Chelsea. Lukaku getting the goal. Brilliant goal by Lukaku. But, mate, you look at that, and if that was last season, obviously I know they won the Champions League, but if this was this game last season, I think they would have drawn 0-0. Like Zenit had chances. They do have some all right attackers, to be fair. They were causing threats, but mate, if it weren't for Mendy as well, that could have been a different story. But yeah, enough of that game. Do you know what I'm saying? Now this game was a game I got spot on. Malmo 0, Juventus 3. Goals from Sandro, Dybala, which was a penalty, the Dybala goal, and Morata. They were just too good. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, they're not doing so great in their league. They got a win at the weekend, 3-2. But since Ronaldo's left, it's all mad over there. But yeah, if I'm being totally honest, they should be winning that, and they did. So yeah, and then this game I also watched Barcelona live. Barcelona 0, Bayern Munich 3. Mohamed was stressed, mate. I was going to try. Well, I tried to do a match reaction after it, but he was too vexed. He told me the next day. He went straight to sleep, mate. he was vexed, but I knew something like that was happening. I said 3-1. That was the game where I nearly got all the goal scorers right as well. I said Lewandowski, Muller, and Goretzka. Muller and Lewandowski scored. Lewandowski getting 2. But yeah, mate, they were just dominant. People, including myself, are forgetting about Bayern Munich, to be honest. Obviously, they're still got quality players. Yeah, they're getting on a bit, but they're still bossing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Barcelona in the mud. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there was a chance where Goretzka nearly actually made it 3-0, and I nearly could have got all the goal scorers right. Yeah, I thought Barcelona would score 1, but nah, mate, they were just not good enough. I think there was more Bayern Munich fans there than Barcelona, to be honest. It's mad seeing the Camp Nou that empty. But yeah, the next game, another 0-0. So we'll just fly past that. Dynamo Kiev versus Benfica. There was a mad VAR at the end. Dynamo Kiev, the goal did not stand. Yeah, I don't know. Like it was a bit harsh for me, but it is what it is. The next game, Besiktas versus Dortmund. Dortmund winning 2-1. Now this was a good game, to be honest. Mohamed reminded me that Pjanic went to Besiktas. And yeah, man, he's a good midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it ended 2-1 to Dortmund. Bellingham, what a goal that was. What an individual goal that was. Since he's been picked in the England team, he's really starting to shine even more. And I think that's helped. Obviously, he was doing bits before, but like now people are starting to proper look at him. And yeah, man, could he have a move in January? I mean, there's talks that he could be going Liverpool. I mean, I would take that, but I don't know if our owners will do that, because you know what they're like when it comes to them money sort of things. They don't. He'll be a lot of money, because he is like the youngster, like proper youngster, not like 21-year-old, like the 18-year-old that is, proper spoken about at the moment and proper proving it. But yeah, he got a goal, and then Haaland getting a goal. That was too easy. Jude Bellingham just played it across to Haaland, done what he had to do. And then Besiktas scoring near the end. But yeah, it's too little too late. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that game. Now, this game, I said to Mohamed, it would be a tough game for Shakhtar Donetsk. I do think Shakhtar Donetsk are a good team. I've said that before. Not in the Champions League, but I think in the Europa League. I thought that year, I think it's like 2-3 years ago when they got to the semis, I thought they were pretty unlucky. But yeah, Sheriff, in the first ever Champions League game, getting a 2-0 win. The goals were good goals, especially the first goal, roof of the net. They scored some good goals, and that would have been great for their fans. They would have been gassed, of course. But yeah, what a win for them. Now, this game, oi, 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 if it weren't for Courtois, it definitely wouldn't have been 1-0 here. At the San Siro, Inter Milan 0, Real Madrid 1. The goal from Rodrigo right at the end. Yeah, it was right at the end. Just had to double check that. But yeah, Courtois made some wicked saves in that game. And yeah, that literally kept him from not losing. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he done some mad saves. And since he's went out to Real Madrid, he's been a lot better than he was at Chelsea. Like, he was good at Chelsea, but he had shaky moments, whereas Real Madrid, I haven't really seen it. I mean, I don't watch their league a lot, but like, I mean, the Champions League games and that, he's been all right. But yeah, trust me, if it weren't for him, you know. The other game in Liverpool's group, Atletico Madrid 0, Porto 0. Now that's the best result for us that we could have wanted. I watched the end of that after the Liverpool game finished. Porto got a red card. For me, that was a red card because it was the last man. It weren't really, well, it's like a grab. But yeah, it pulled him down. It's because it was the last man. And then they had a free kick right at the end. Suarez. Oi, oi, oi. It was so close. Roof of the net. Absolute madness. But yeah, and he was fairly far out. But I watched more highlights after, and it just seemed like an equal game. But no one could score, of course. So yeah, but as I said, that's the best result Liverpool could have asked for, especially with us getting a win, which I'll go on to. But yeah, the next game. Now I was very surprised with this. A lot of people will be surprised, or would have been surprised with this. Club Brugge won, PSG won. Um, I said PSG were going to batter them. I'm pretty sure a lot of people did. For me, the only good Club Brugge player I know, no disrespect to them, is Mignolet. And even then, he's a bit average, but he made some good saves on some Mbappe and Neymar shots. Messi had a chance. Loads of people saying he should have scored it. I'm not going to lie. As much as I think Ronaldo's the GOAT and all of that, I think Messi was unlucky. He tried to cut in and he hit the crossbar. He got unlucky there. But yeah, man, like surprised that it ended like that. Herrera getting the goal early for PSG. Good goal. Played across to him and first time, but good finish. Um, and then Club Brugge scoring shortly after that. And I have to big up their fans as well because they was chanting, singing the whole way through. So yeah, what a result that is for them. And yeah, no one saw that coming. Let's be serious. And then the next game at Anfield finished. What a mad game this was. I can proper analyse this because obviously I watched it live. It finished Liverpool 3, AC Milan 2. What a mad game. What a mad game this was. Proper Champions League night back at Anfield with fans. It was literally one of those. Do you know what I mean? We was all over at AC Milan first 10 minutes. They got an own goal. Obviously, yeah, I suppose it's an own goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Trent shot and it hit their player and went in. But what a start it was, dominating. And then 5 minutes before half time, they get two goals, one after the other. And it was so unexpected. It was like The Undertaker returned to WWE again. Do you know what I mean? It was like, what's going on here? But yeah, like I think the defending should have been better. It's a bit like Brentford the other day, actually, where there was open gaps and players are not alert properly and all of that. But yeah, it was crazy how it happened in like 5 minutes. But both good finishes, I can't lie. And then we go on to the second half. I still believed we were still in the game. There was 45 minutes left. We're at Anfield with fans, Champions League, you know how it is. And we did it. Salah getting a goal in the Champions League again. I'm pretty sure he broke a record in that game as well. Like, man just keeps breaking records, you know what I'm saying? Like, respect needs to be put on his name if it's not already, but I think people are starting to actually put respect on his name. But yeah, Salah getting a goal, and then Jordan Henderson with a Gerrard-esque finish. Come out to him, edge of the box, half volley. What a goal that was. What a goal that was by Henderson. He pops up with goals every now and then, and most of the time they are absolute bangers. And that was another one. Do you know what I'm saying? But big up AC Milan for putting up a very good game. Their fans were being very respectful as well. But yeah, what a game that was. Obviously, I've done a match reaction to that too. So yeah, check that out if you haven't already. I'll talk about it more there, go into more detail. But yeah, that was that game. Two more games to cover, and then obviously the predictions. Now, what a game this was! Definitely 100% the best game out of all the Champions League games in group stage one. Manchester City 6, RB Leipzig 3. Now, going forward, City were exceptional. Well, of course, they got 6 goals. Defensively, they was getting cut open quite a bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It was mad. The Leipzig player, Nkunku, I believe I said his name right. Got a hat trick. Brilliant for him. He done well. But goals for City from Ake, I was surprised about that. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised he was even playing in them sort of games. I know he's a good player, but I didn't think he was really should be playing in them sort of games yet. But he done well, to be fair. Own goal, Mahrez getting a goal, Grealish getting a goal. Now that was a brilliant goal. The way he was on the edge of the box, cut in. That was a brilliant finish by Jack Grealish. I'm not going to lie. That was his first ever Champions League game as well. So fair play to him. Do you know what I'm saying? If I keep looking down, it is because I'm watching the Palace Brighton game as well. Do you know what I'm saying? In the Premier League. But yeah, what a finish by Grealish. Goals from Cancelo and Jesus as well. Yeah, man, just good finishes. But yeah, as I said, defensively, they was getting a bit cut open. But yeah, no one would have expected a 6-3. Let's be serious. And in the last game, I was also very surprised with this. I thought this would be, I'm pretty sure I said it'd be a draw or something like that. Or no, Ajax sneak it. Sporting 1, Ajax 5. Now, Haller, mate, since he's been there, he has been on absolute smoke, getting 4 goals. I know some of the goals were like tap-ins, but he was there. He at the right place at the right time. And that just proves that them sort of leagues are completely different to the Premier League, because in the Premier League, didn't really do anything for West Ham. He popped up every now and then, but he wasn't like consistent like Antonio is now. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they just slapped him up. I'm not even gonna lie. They were 3-0, no 2-0 up in 33 minutes, and then they got a goal back, Sporting, and then they made it 4-1, and then they got a goal in the second half. It's just too much for them. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is all the predictions. Sorry, not the predictions. The predictions is coming up. That was all the talk about the previous games. Now let's get on the guest for this week on the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him on. Here we go. This is not a Fabrizio Romano transfer deal as well. Hello.
You alright, mate?
Here he is. Man, you alright?
Yeah, good. Big
Obviously,
up everyone.
Yeah, obviously, In the
Boys TV.
Yeah, you already know. Obviously, been on Luton watch-alongs and, the vlog to the Stevenage game. And, yeah, it's only right. Bring him onto a Champions League one. Do you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, let's get straight into predicting these games. So the first game, Shakhtar Donetsk versus Inter Milan. Now, I think it's going to be tough for Inter Milan, because Shakhtar Donetsk actually play decent at home. And as I said, I think they're a decent team. Maybe not for Champions League, but I think they're good in the Europa League. But obviously, Inter Milan, they'll want to try and get some points in this group due to what happened with the Real Madrid game. For me, I think they will get the points that they need and want, of course. I'll go with a 2-1 Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going for?
I think it'll be close. Inter Milan, obviously, decent team. Well, as you're saying, Shakhtar Donetsk quite tough to beat, especially at home. I'm gonna go with a draw, 1-1.
1-1. All right, cool. Yeah, I do. Yeah, as I said, I do think it'll be tough. Shakhtar Donetsk with the fans behind him, he actually they're a decent side. I can't lie, but yeah, as I say, I think Inter Milan will need to bounce back because they did get unlucky. And as I said, if it weren't for Courtois, it'd have been completely different for me. And I think they could have got a result against Real Madrid. But yeah, the next game, this is going to be another good game. Ajax versus Besiktas. Obviously, as I said, Besiktas got in Pjanic, who was at Juventus, a good midfielder. Ajax obviously winning 5-1 against Sporting. I didn't really see that coming, as I said. Besiktas, they got unlucky, if we're being totally honest, to Dortmund, as I said. For me, I think, you know what? I think it's going to be a 5-goal thriller. 3-2 Ajax.
I don't know about that, but I think Ajax will win. I think they're pretty strong. They're improving. They're getting better because they used to be proper ballers back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to come back on that. And I think they'll win. But I think it'll be tough, maybe in the first half. But yeah, I'll go 3-1 Ajax.
3-1. Fair enough. The next game. Now, I think this is going to be, very tough for Sheriff, and this is going to be the reality of how the Champions League can be at the Real Madrid ground. It is Real Madrid versus Sheriff. Obviously, Sheriff getting a brilliant win in their first ever Champions League game, 2-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk. Real Madrid getting their win as well against Inter Milan. For me, I can't lie, I think it's going to be very peak for Sheriff. I'm going to go with a 4-0 Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Real Madrid ain't the team that they were, but they've still got far too much quality. Especially at home. 3-0.
3-0. Yeah. No, I do hear what you're saying. They're not the level they used to be, them or Barcelona. But yeah, as you said, the quality is going to be too much for them, I feel. And yeah, as you said, they're at home as well. Next game, obviously, I've got to watch out for this. I've got to keep my eye out on this because it's the other game in our group. Another good game. AC Milan versus Atletico Madrid. Obviously, AC Milan having a very good game against us. Getting unlucky. You know what I'm saying? Atletico Madrid, obviously, drawing 0-0 to Porto. Deserves to be a draw from what I saw. For me, I think because Milan are at home at the San Siro, and I'm going to go... Yeah, I think they'll get the win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is probably maybe one of the toughest games during the week. And I think they're just going to cancel each other out. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, if they both defend really well, it's going to be low score. You know what I mean? Low scoring, 1-1, 0-0. But if they start banging in goal, I think they're both just banging goals. So, but at the end of it, I think it's going to be a draw. I can't really separate them.
So, what draw are you going with?
I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 1-1.
1-1. All right. Fair enough. The next game. Now, it's going to be tough for Sporting, but they do need to try and do something after them conceding 5 goals in the first game. They're playing Dortmund away. That is a tough place to go. Obviously, Dortmund winning 2-1 against Besiktas, getting the goals early. Too little, too late for Besiktas. For me, I think because Dortmund are at home, players like Haaland, Bellingham. Whereas the thing with Sporting, they do have like players that always tend to come through. Like look at Fernandes, look at Ronaldo, and that. But I think because Dortmund are at home, Haaland, Bellingham, like I said, I think it's going to be a 3-1 Dortmund.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say the same.
You can go with the same.
I think Dortmund there could be one of the surprise packages.
Yeah.
I think people, I think they've got a good chance. And
The only problem I think bringing them down is their defense is a bit questionable, but their attack is easily one of the best in Europe. Well, up there in the best.
And that's the thing. I think people will be focusing on that a lot, and that might get them through. They'll be, too worried about defending. When they come up against a better team, then we'll see. We'll see. But they're 3-1.
3-1. So you're going the same with me. All right, fair enough. Now, this game, this might, don't want to jinx it, it might be the best game of the week at, I don't even know what their stadium's called, the Parc des Princes or something like that. A PSG versus Man City. People like to say the two oil clubs. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, PSG having that shock draw, if we're being totally honest, with Club Brugge. I think with PSG, they've got a lot of expectations due to the signings they've done. People seem to forget they need to gel as well. Obviously, they're going up against Man City, who obviously got the 6-3 against Leipzig, and then in the Premier League, beating Chelsea away. A very good victory for them. People were saying because how good of a start Chelsea have had, they think Chelsea are cruising that game. Well, not cruise, but get the win. For me, I think City will win this game because I think they know their style. Whereas PSG, Messi's moaning, all of that. Is he gonna? I don't know. Is he gonna start? It's all mad. Pochettino is arguments everywhere, and they still haven't fully gelled for me. So for me, I will go with a 2-1 Man City, like the semi-final first leg actually last season.
Do you know what? I reckon PSG are going to win this game.
Go on.
I think Messi will start. And
if I'm being honest, he has to, don't he? Champions League game, he has
I
to
think
really.
Man City are going to be looking to defend first and foremost. Yeah, they ain't gelled, they ain't, this, that, and the other. But they're world-class players. They're going to be up for it, and they're going to, they're going to be looking to prove a point. So I think it'll be close.
And to be fair, they need to bounce back from that first game.
I can see them beating narrowly 1-0. Messi
1-0. Yeah, as I said, I can't see a one goal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. So there's that game. Obviously, if the Liverpool game weren't at the same time, I'd probably be watching that. But obviously, on to Liverpool. We're playing Porto away. Now, we do have a good record there. But, I'm not one of them that's saying it's going to be... Because the previous games we've sort of cruised against them. I'm not saying we will this time. I'll get into a lineup I would play. Now, obviously, Thiago's injured. Harvey Elliott's injured. I watched Klopp's press conference earlier. So the starting lineup for me would be Alisson in goal, straightforward. Trent right back. Robertson left back. Do you know what? Centre backs, I'll go Van Dijk and I'll go Konate. And then CDM or the midfielders, I'll go Henderson, Fabinho, and I would go with... I'll let Curtis Jones play again. Yes, the same lineup that played against Brentford, actually. Yeah, I'll go with that. Obviously, they've got Pepe in defence, very good defender. Obviously, he can get cards every now and then, but he is quality. They've got Corona, a very good striker. They do have some good players. They still got the same manager as well. They do. Obviously, they had not in the first leg when they played Chelsea. last season. But the second leg, they played well. Obviously, winning 1-0, but due to Chelsea getting 2 goals in the first leg, they didn't go through. Great goal it was by Porter as well, the overhead kick. So yeah, it's going to be tough. But I do think we will get another win. For me, I'll go with a 2-1 Liverpool.
I think it'd be. I think Liverpool will be looking. They'll be looking to get a clean sheet, I think, and they're not. I don't think they'll be. Obviously, they're dangerous and they're gonna counter attack well on that. But I think Porto are going to be well drilled. Yep. So I think that it's going to take a moment of magic again. But I'll go with I don't know who it'll be, but I'll go with 1-0 Liverpool. Yeah.
1-0. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Another 3 points. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, okay, fair enough. Now the next game. Now I think this is going to be a good game due to what Club Brugge did last week. I think they're going to be, well, of course they're going to be up for trying to do something again. They're facing Leipzig away. Obviously, Leipzig will want to get some points. Obviously, due to the Man City game, like they played well, but obviously conceding 6. But like when you're playing that sort of attack, you know. But as I said earlier, great for that player to get a hat trick. But yeah, they're at home. Club Brugge. I think Club Brugge will make it tough for Leipzig to try and break them down. But I do think Leipzig will. Actually, no. I'll go over 1-1. I'll go over 1-1 here. I think Brugge will get some more points.
So I don't know too much about these two teams. I know a little bit, but for me, I'm gonna put it out there. I'll say Leipzig will edge it. 2-1.
2-1. Okay. Yeah, as I said, they do need to. Obviously, they'll be looking to get points because they obviously currently don't have any, and they're at home. And in the Champions League, when you're playing at home, that's when you look to definitely try and get the 3 points. But yeah, all right, fair enough. Now, the next game, I think this will be another good game due to what Young Boys did to Man United. Atlanta versus Young Boys. Obviously, Atlanta having that good 2-2 draw with Villarreal. End-to-end game. Deserved to be a draw, in my opinion. And then Young Boys, obviously getting handed the second goal, but, you know, they played very well in the second half. Obviously, when they got the equaliser. For me, I do think Atlanta will get the win, but I think it's going to be tough. I'll go with a 2-1 Atlanta.
Yeah. Like I said, Young Boys did put in a good performance. They're always in this, they're always like sort of in the tournament.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But they never
or even the Europa League, they're always in that quite a lot.
But, I think after that game, it's going to give them a lot of hope and good team spirit. And I think they're going to frustrate Atlanta. And it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Now, the next game, it's one of them where if Zenit don't score or not able to finish like they wasn't against Chelsea, because they had enough chances, then it's going to be a long night for them. They're facing Malmo. Obviously, Malmo losing 3-0 to Juventus. For me, I think Zenit will get the win. I think they will be able to finish in this game. I'll go with a 1-0 to Zenit. I think it's only going to be a 1 goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think, if they play like, with the attacking intent that they did in the last game, they're up against a weaker team. And I can see them just beating them 3-0.
Yeah.
Malmo could get another 3-0, defeat.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
3-0 defeats on the
Yeah,
bounce. You reckon? All right,
yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, I don't think they're like not like they're not like a young boys like where they can surprise a few people. I think they're just obviously gas because they got in it, but I don't. They're not on the level, not even of like a young boys or a team like that. But
no,
yeah, the next game, um, Wolfsburg versus Sevilla. Obviously, Sevilla, that game was mad. There was like three penalties. Facing Wolfsburg, I'll just go straight up with a score prediction. 2 2-0 Sevilla. I think they get a clean sheet away from home.
yeah. Seville, strong team.
Yeah, very
Um,
good in Europa League. They've won it the most times.
yeah, and they're looking to push on from that.
Yeah.
I don't think Wolfsburg are going to have enough. Sevilla.
Wait, did you say a score prediction? Wait, did you say a score prediction?
Yeah, 2-1
Oh,
Sevilla.
right, sorry, it cut out. 2-1 Sevilla. All
Yeah.
right, fair enough. I said, what did I say? 2-0, yeah. Right, next game. Now, I think this is going to be, I'll just be straight up. At the Allianz Arena, I think it's just going to be a straight up hammering from Bayern Munich. They're playing Dynamo Kiev. For me, I'll just get in a prediction. It's a mad prediction. 5-1 Bayern Munich.
Yeah, from what I've seen, like obviously Bayern Munich are, top team in the competition. Dynamo Kiev, what they Ukrainian?
Yes.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be like Usyk against Joshua.
A
The opposite way, you know.
bit like
Bayern
England
Munich,
versus Ukraine in the Euros.
I think they'll be up for it, but I can't. They're just gonna. I'll say 4-0 Bayern
4-0.
Munich.
Yeah. Like they're wrecking force at home. Penalty year to Brighton. No, Palace, sorry, by the way. Zaha. But yeah, see what happens there in a minute. The next game, Salzburg versus Lille. Um, I'll just get straight into prediction here as well. I'll go 1-0.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Evenly matched teams. Both
Zaha
teams.
scores, by the way.
Both teams ain't gonna want to drop any points, and they'll probably just settle for a draw. So 1-0, 1-0 for me.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. Next game, another very good game. Well, I think it's going to be. The old lady, as they get called, up against Chelsea. Juventus versus Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea getting a 1-0 win. Lukaku, great goal. Juventus also get a very good win, 3-0. I know it's Malmo, but, great start. For me, it's a very tough place to go for Chelsea. I know Juventus have been a bit shaky this year, but I think because they're at home, and they're going to play in a way which will be hard for Chelsea. I'll go 2-2.
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw. Um, it's another one of them games where they're just going to cancel each other out. But
Where would you say, sorry, it cut out?
sorry, mate. 1-1.
1-1. All right, fair
Yeah.
enough. Right, 2 more games to predict. Jeez, this is like the quickest we've ever done. Well, I've ever done one with someone. Benfica versus Barcelona. Oh, well, back in the day, we would say a Barcelona win, definitely. Benfica, obviously, I think they're more of a Europa League side for me. But Barcelona in the mud right now. But I do think they will win this game. I don't think it's going to be a hammering. I'll go with a 1-0. Depay to score.
I'm going to go exactly the opposite of that. I'm going to go a Benfica 1, Barcelona 0. I think
The scenes.
the whole, rubbish that's going on with Barcelona is going to just carry on spiraling out of control, and it's just going to affect everyone. And no one's going to have any confidence. They don't know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they should beat them. Do you know what I mean? But they're not going to. They're going to have periods of adversity this season, and I think this is going to be one of them times. So I'm going with a 1-0 Benfica win.
Well, the scenes if that happened, wouldn't really. Well, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be a shock, wouldn't it? It'd be one of them ones.
But again, it's going to happen to other teams. I won't get into it now, but Barcelona ain't going to be the first team that's going to suffer all this, overspending. Nonsense that's been going on, But yeah, 1-0 Benfica.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. And then the last game, this is going to be a very good game as well. Obviously, Man United need to bounce back after that Young Boys defeat. They have back-to-back defeats right now. Obviously, losing to West Ham in the League Cup and then losing on the weekend to Villa. They're facing Villarreal, who obviously you know what happened in the Europa League final. It's at United. For me, I don't think there's going to be a winner. I think Villarreal are gonna hold them back from winning. I'll go with a 4-goal thriller, 2-2.
Yeah, see, I don't know. If Ronaldo weren't there, I'd be having Villarreal all day long.
Yeah.
He's obviously going to start. He's obviously going to play. He's going to be ramped up for this game. I think he'll end up saving them. So I might go.
It'll be one of them, yeah.
Yeah, I think that he's papering over the cracks of that management, and I think it'll be 3-2 Man United.
Jeez, 5-goal thriller. Yeah, it's one of them things where if anyone's going to save Man United right now, it's Ronaldo, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And this is probably one of them games.
Yeah. No, I do hear what you're saying, they need to get points. So, yeah. But yeah, that is all the Champions League predictions. Jeez, done in 43 minutes.
Yeah, quick time, new record.
Oh my god! But big up yourself, Dad, for coming on. I know you don't really watch the Champions League like that, but I know obviously you see what happens in that. But yeah, appreciate you coming on.
Well done, mate.
Thank you very much. But obviously, this will come out on the Tuesday. Obviously, there will be a watch along later on as well to the Liverpool game that I'll be doing. Obviously, that includes match reaction as well. But yeah, big up everyone that watches this. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And Dad, you got any final words to say?
Just subscribe. Big up my boy. T-Boys TV, yeah. Peace.
Just taking them, isn't he? But yeah, nah. Make sure you smash a like on this, as I said. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share it. We're on the road to 300. We are 5 away now. And yeah, also on Thursday, I'm going to tell you lot now. I should be on a Liverpool show at 8 p.m. So make sure it's a live show as well. So make sure you come onto that if you can, of course. But yeah, it's this YouTuber I know. I went on his thing yesterday. He basically lets fans talk and have their say about their team on the weekend. Had a little say about Liverpool. I'll put the link in the bio. I'll put when I started talking as well. But if you want to see the whole thing, it's an hour long. He just lets different fans on. When I went on, there was a United fan talking and talking about stuff going on there. Yeah, check that one out. And yeah, people said on it, bring me on again. I didn't know I was that good. Do you know what I'm saying? They said I was talking facts. But yeah, I'll put the link in the bio description even. But yeah, as I said, cheers again, Dad, for coming on.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Hopefully get you on again soon for like Luton or something like that.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
The mighty town.
Yeah, the mighty Luton Town. Yeah,
Just put my
creeping
laptop on
up,
charge.
creeping up. We're creeping up.
Oh, you heard it here first. But yeah, obviously, as I said, Palace game's on at the same time, even though you lot will know the score by the time this comes out. Zaha scored a penalty. Keeper went the other way. This, for me, is the most stupidest rivalry. What do you think about it?
I don't know. Like, it is what it is, isn't it? They ain't really. Palace is London, isn't it? Really. So
yeah, it is. Yeah, South London. Yeah. It's a
Brighton
motorway. It's a motorway rivalry.
Yeah, they ain't really got anyone around them decent. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just being created for hype, Premier League hype, isn't it? That's all that is.
Yeah.
But a big up Brighton. I like what they're doing. They got a good infrastructure.
Graham Potter doing good over there, man. I have to be real.
They're one of them teams that prove that you can come from what. When I was younger, they were in like Division 4 constantly, and go to the Premier League, and sustain themselves and get a decent stadium and spend properly and maintain. And this is the things what clubs are doing going forward. That these big teams, when they go bankrupt or when their billionaire funders pull out, they're going to be stuffed. And that's the reality. It's coming. So, even Arsenal, right? Arsenal are well run. Everyone's stating how they're doing the business and that, but they know how to spend. Do you know what I mean? Money and
like they're doing it on.
They've never got relegated. And they'll be there. They'll be straight there when this happens. They'll be there. Teams like Leicester.
Exactly.
It's going to happen. So,
and you can tell by the signings Arsenal have done, it's like a future project that they're looking at.
Yeah, and Brentford the same, exactly the same.
Yeah,
exactly
I was going to say
they're going to get more scouts this season. They're going to get more scouts this season, top level scouts as well. Yeah, they're going to, you know what I mean. They're going to be beating, them teams, guarantee it. They ain't going down. Whereas Norwich, they're trying, but they're not spending nothing. So something in their structure, you can still sign players. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be signing the Ronaldos and these players and he's paid in the Premier League. Oh, I'm going to sign in. You can still look in the lower divisions, but they're not doing that. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you need to do to continue. Look at Brentford, prime example.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just thought I'd end it with that.
Nah, you're talking facts, and you're just talking facts there. But yeah, Brentford, as I said, I said it on my match reaction when other top 6 teams playing there, so to speak, they'll struggle as well.
Because they're going to add, they've got no fear. It always happens in the first season in the Premier League as well. Yeah,
exactly.
Them teams have no fear. They might. If they recruit right, which they've always done, the following season they should still stay up and keep progressing. But no one knows how to play it, and they don't know what they're capable of. They don't. Do you know what I mean? So
because no one really knew about their players when they come in.
They're expecting to beat them, but they're beating teams. I could see the first game of the season where they beat Arsenal. That was coming a mile off. So. Everyone slates Arsenal and that, but they are getting better, and they're gonna, You know,
Yeah, as I said, they're looking at
they're
they're looking
sticking
at a
with the
future
manager.
project. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
sticking with their manager, and sometimes you have to do that. Don't be going on Watford. As soon as you get in the relegation space, you're sacking your manager and signs, someone else. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And they'll do that again.
100%. That's what they're known for.
You ain't going anywhere like that. Yeah, you're going to get a certain level of squad, but you want to improve every season. Every season, if you finish a place higher than you did the last season, you're doing something. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, it's
we'll
facts.
see. We'll see.
But yeah, do you know what? Just to wrap it up even more, have a quick discussion about your team, Dad.
What, Luton?
Yeah, man. Tell the people what you think about Luton right now.
There was hope of getting in the playoffs this season. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we've signed some decent players. Players that we're looking to progress, which we do. Players that probably will progress. We've had quite a few injuries, which isn't helping us. But the spirit and the confidence is still there.
Yeah, 100%.
So, we ain't going to get the playoffs. But our aim is just to finish higher than we did last season. So if we finish above 12th, that'd be cool for me. That'd be decent. Anything above that is a bonus. All the players gelling together and starting to look good for the following season. It's going to be a bonus. We'll probably sign players in January anyway. A couple.
Yeah.
I think that the Tottenham midfielder we signed, was it Elliot Thorpe?
Yeah.
Leicester were looking at him. Burnley were looking at him.
Yeah,
a few teams.
He turned them down.
Tottenham offered him another contract, but obviously didn't guarantee him any kind of playing time. So he wants to play first team football. Leicester probably said it, but I heard it was arguments over compensation. How much money they were going to pay. But he wouldn't have got straight into Leicester's first team anyway.
No chance. Look at what Drewsbury all did on loan, and
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's another player of that caliber, and we give him the chance, that's what and they're the players we're looking at now. We're looking at these better players than before. We couldn't sign them sort of players. It was very difficult. And also the infrastructure that we're using, we're getting under 21 team now. We didn't have that before. So we're getting them sort of players in. These young players that have possibly been rejected by Premier League teams or top championship teams. We're recruiting them and we're developing them. So we're building up. We're not. A lot of teams in the Championship underestimate us and go, "Oh, they were in the conference and that." Like I see so many. I saw Bournemouth the other day before we even played them, and we've got a good record against them recently. And I feel like some of their fans forget that when we got that minus 30-point deduction, when we got relegated to the conference, no team's ever going to come back from that. Do you know what I mean? It's impossible. All right. And that same season, they had minus 17-point deduction, and they just survived. I don't know if Eddie Howe was there then, but he was there after, and he took them all the way up. You know what I mean? And then they got investors, they got money pumped into the club. And that's, but their fans are like Little Luton, this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, you're in the same position as us. Do you know what I mean? Like, have some fucking respect.
Yeah, no, it's facts. It's facts.
We went one way, you went the other, but look at us now. Yeah. So don't sit there thinking, because you've had a few seasons in the Premier League, this, that, and the other. Because they were talking about the stadium, because they're similar size stadium. and then they're not building a stadium, but we are 17.5K, and they're trying to say we won't fill that. We will fill that stadium, 100% guaranteed, especially if we're in the Premier League. That's getting sold out. You know,
Yeah, it is.
we're not building that stadium for no, why build a stadium of that size when you ain't going to fill it?
Mm.
You know, it ain't like we're building a 40,000 capacity stadium, or we're moving into a 50, 60,000 capacity stadium like certain other teams have. They're not filling that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We will fill that, and we will continuously rise. We'll be above Watford within the next 5 years.
You
There'll be a
heard that here
total
first on T-Boys TV.
guaranteed. They're on a downward spiral.
Mm.
Yeah, we're on the upwards. Might be take a little bit longer, but we're doing it properly. And if we didn't have, COVID and stuff like that, we'd probably be a lot further ahead than we are now. But we recruited well, and people will see. People will see. So, stop. We're an established championship team. I don't care if you're Sunderland and you're in League One, or you're in Portsmouth and you're in League One, whatever. The fact of the matter is, your club's been run a certain way, and it's having a negative effect on you.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas we're going the opposite direction. You know what I mean? How long does it take for you to change your mind? Are we going to be in the Premier League? Start looking at teams, like Sunderland, and going, well, they've been in League One. We know that they're good. That they're a big club, but it's the way the clubs are being run. So forget all that. It's where you are. It's where you're at. It's not where you're from. It's where you're at. Yeah, and that's what Bournemouth. You've been in League Championship for 2 seasons now. You lost to us. Like, who else did we play? I think it's Blackburn. They had the same attitude. We finished above them last season.
Yeah, exactly.
Reel it in a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Give some respect. Just because it's got a little club stadium, which everyone knows if you go there, then the atmosphere, no one likes playing Luton. And that will continue in the new stadium because of the way it's being built. It's being built in a certain way that they still retain that volume of noise and that atmosphere. It's still close to the pitch. There's going to be no 100-meter track running around it or any of that crap.
You ain't going to need magnifying glasses to see the pitch.
Yeah, it's going to be close, and stands stacked in a certain way so the acoustics are still there. And if that's full, if you've got 17,500 Luton fans, and we're playing Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, whoever, they are going to feel that pressure.
Yeah, no, it's facts. I have to be real.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're the next. Everyone. You got Bournemouth, you got Brentford, you got Brighton, you got Swansea, you got them Wigan at one point. You got them teams that done it. Yeah, we're on that ladder. We're coming up there, and we're going to be one of those teams. Facts.
Yeah. Yep. It is facts. It is. Anything else?
No, that's it. That's it.
That's it. He was talking facts. Obviously, you lot know. Follow Luton as well. Know how it is with me. But yeah, I do have to be real. When Liverpool go to that new stadium, every team it is going to be, as you said, it's going to be tough, and they're going to feel it. So yeah, and then Luton are on the rise. We know that. We know that. Do you know what I'm saying? Other people like to underestimate, as we said. But yeah, there you go. Touched on Luton as well. It's only right. Luton fan. Do you know what I'm saying? See what you had to say about them right now. But yeah, this is actually the end of the video now. I hope you all enjoyed it. And as I said, don't forget to smash a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share the channel. And yeah, I will see you guys. Well, watch along once you watch this video. So yeah, take care. And is he going to say it?
Peace.
See you later, guys.